South Carolina, where the stories rise. There's a queen with a mission, fire in her eyes. 20 years and counting, serving wisdom on the shelves, helping voices find the courage to believe in themselves. She opens up the pages, lets the hidden story shine. Black and brown author stepping boldly into time. With a mic and a message, she's changing the scene. Everybody knows her name, she's a literary queen.
From the library shelves to the podcast stream, you lift every author, you wake up a dream. Tuesday night at 8 and the room leans in.
Patricia Grimble, let it all begin.
Tennessee Book Go, keep shining your light, lifting up the authors, bringing stories to life.
Patricia Grimble,
We see your dream, literary queen, literary queen. Tennessee Book Go, let the whole world see
Patricia Grimble.
your legacy. From the page to the air, you set it free. Literary queen, literary queen.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that? Y'all like it? Because I do. Yo, and this is so exciting that God bless me, with my producer, Angela Thomas Smith, created that. And I am so blessed to have him place these people in my life. And they feed into my spirit. And they was like, yo, Treese, I got something for you. And they, oh my God, y'all just don't know. The first time I got that, I cried. I cried. There's pictures of me crying too. But welcome to SC Book Gals and Friends. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Here in South Carolina, it's 96 degrees, and oh Lord, put it like this. I know I'm gonna get right because I ain't gonna last 2 seconds down there. You know what I'm saying? But I love doing these pre-recorded interviews, you know. So guess what? I got another author, and I don't have one, I don't have two, but I got three books from this author, you guys. Listen, get your pencils, get your pens, get your paper so you can write down these books. I'm telling you, y'all know I bring you books that are going to be something that fire. Let's bring up the new author. We have author Wanda Rawlings. Come on up, girlie.
Hello, hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm loving every minute of this. Your intro is amazing.
Oh my! And you know what? You have the honor to be the first one to ever use it.
Oh my goodness, how I feel honored. It really is awesome.
I mean, the full intro, like last time I debuted it, but with all the pictures and stuff that I added on to give it the final project, you are the first. So that means you are how Fred Hammond say bless. Say, that's me.
Absolutely.
Y'all know. We all know about that Fred Hammond.
That's it.
Okay.
Hey,
Welcome to SC Book Gals and Friends. Before we go any further, tell us a little bit about yourself.
well, okay. Thank you so much for asking. I am a Christian fiction author, and I do have a three-book series. It's called a Christian Fiction. I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother. Um, I completed 36 years of federal service, retired, and now I'm writing books.
36 years. Please tell me
Yes.
how you do it. Because I got 21 years with, you could say, county, state government. And whoo, Jesus, how did you do it, Mama?
It's not easy. It's not, but I think once you get over 20 years, the time just seems to go by so fast. And before you know it, it's retirement time.
I know. I mean, I've thought about, I know down here in South Carolina, we do, well, I was grandfathered in. So all I have to do is 25.
Hmm.
And then I kind of look at my life like, what am I supposed to do after that?
Yeah, that's where I was. That's
That's
exactly
where
where
you
I
were.
and
So,
I was hoping that I could just, go out to lunch, go shopping, hang out with my grandkids a little bit. That was what I was hoping for, but God had other plans.
oh, okay, okay. So, you are a Christian fiction author.
Yes,
Let me
ma'am.
tell you, that is a genre that we don't have much when it comes to the African American community. I mean, I think the strongest books might have been the Amaryllis series, and that was by Nikita Nichols.
Mhm.
And then you had the Curtis Black series. Lord Jesus, that one I read that one during COVID. Whoo, Pastor Black, Pastor Black. That's all I can say.
Mhm.
But I'm so honored to see that you're picking it up. What made you want to do Christian fiction?
Well, it really wasn't my choice. It was God's choice. He literally had given me this information in a dream. Like, okay, I need you to write this book. This is what it's going to be called, and it's going to be 3 books. Like he gave me all of that in a dream, and so being the obedient daughter of God that I am, I decided, okay, Lord, I guess we're writing books now, and so I that's where we are. I sought out a publisher to see how this works because I had no knowledge of it, and here I am, 3 books in.
And that was going to be my next question. What made you want to go the publishing route? And I understand you just said because you didn't know anything and not do self publishing and teach
Yeah.
yourself. What made you want to say, you know what? I did the writing. That's it.
Well, I think that I was just so green. Like I just really didn't know what to do. And I had a friend who was a publisher, and so I called her up. I said, "Hey, God gave me this idea. This is what I'm supposed to do." And so she just sort of walked me through making it happen. And I'm glad. I feel like that was a blessing because if I had just immediately gone the self publishing route, I probably would not have completed it.
So when God spoke to you and said, "Hey, I want you to write," what was your first initial reaction?
Me? Like, why me? I'm retired. I've already worked 36 years. Like, why do I have to do this? And again, I was still so green to the whole process. In my mind, you write a book, you're done. But literally, that is the beginning. You still have to market the book. You have to go and you have to speak about the book, and you have to talk to different people, and talk to crowds of people. And so it's I didn't know that I was signing up for all of that when I said yes to writing a book.
So what part do you think was the hardest? The writing, I have some people say the editorial process was hard. Um, the marketing, which part was the hardest, and where you had to go to God and say, "Listen here, now we got to have a conversation, Jesus." Like,
Yeah.
whoo.
So yeah, for me, I think it has always been the marketing piece. I was very much nervous when I started, because I just think that when you're looking at a blank page and it's supposed to become a book, that's a hard for me. That was a horrible feeling. I mean, like the page was blank. Like, how is this going to be a book? And so that was hard. But once I started to write, it flowed. So because of course this was God's, his idea. So the words flowed. So writing wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. But this marketing piece, finding places to be a vendor, trying to get your books in different bookstores and Barnes and Noble and all that. That's a difficult piece.
Mm. I've heard a lot of people say that. Do you have any tips or any aha moments that may help people who are looking at your this interview?
I guess my only tip would be, uh, no matter where you are in the process, keep going, because it is going to get hard in different areas. It's not going to just be a cakewalk. Some area is going to stump you. That's just how life is. But just keep trying different things, keep working it out. Just don't give up.
That is true. I always tell authors who I meet, I said, you know, post at least twice about your books. And they was like, oh, I post all the times. I don't get any likes. I don't get. I said, well, maybe you keep on doing it. And I said, when the first time you saw a commercial, do you remember seeing that commercial?
Right.
Author told me no. I said, how many times did you think you looked at that commercial until you
Mhm.
kind of stuck with you?
Exactly.
I don't know. And I said to him, I said, same thing. I've seen
Mhm.
books 3, 4, 5 times, and maybe up until the sixth, seventh time, I'm like, you know what? I think I need to read this book and I'll write it down. So
Yes.
yes, you've given great advice.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
we're gonna talk about these books. Y'all wait till you see these colors. Okay? Tell us a little bit about these books.
Okay, so like I said, it's a three-book series. Book number one in the series is Chloe's Missing Piece. That's where she's searching. She's trying to find what's missing in her life. She has this void and she doesn't know where it came from because her life seems to be, from the world's perspective, very much all put together. And so she has to go on this journey looking, trying to figure out what's missing because it just feels like something is off. And so once she finds the missing piece, which of course, not that this is a spoiler because it's a Christian book, obviously the missing piece is God. So once she finds God, she goes through a season of storms in the second book, which is Chloe's Season of Storms. And her life is just turned upside down in different areas. You know, things that were going well, all of a sudden they're not going well anymore. And so she's just having to deal with a lot of different storms at the same time and navigate them in a way that is Christ-like because now she's a Christian and she can't just do things the way she used to. Um, One of the biggest differences I think between a believer and a non-believer is that most of the time non-believers react where Christians respond. And so she's having to learn how to respond. And then in Chloe's journey to joy, after she finally gets through her storms, she has her joyful season, and she finds out that she's had joy all along. Joy is not being happy. Joy is a state of being. It's something that's given to us by God. So it's there. You just have to dig deep to find it. Even in your stormy season or your certain season, your joy is still there. And so she had to find that out in the third book.
I love that. I really do love that. And I can see it in each one of the books. And I can even see in the covers the character developments. You have this one in Missing Piece where she's looking out and you see the missing puzzle piece, so you understand that there's something. Then in the next one is more darker, and you can tell that she's in the middle of a storm. And
Mhm.
then you have this beautiful yellow dress and this sea of sunflower, and I see it.
Yes, ma'am.
You did that.
Thank you.
What made you? Well, What made you want to do a 3-part series?
Well, really, that's what he gave me. He said it was going to be 3 books. It was going to be a series. One thing I've always, uh, I have always loved series. I'm a reader by nature. I love to read, and I love reading series. I don't. I mean, I do read single books, but my passion or what I really enjoy is when I have a good long series. I like 4, 5, 6, 7 book series. I love series books.
Will there be more to this series?
Actually, I think this series is done. I am working on a 4th book, but it's a spinoff from one of the characters in the book, but it's no longer about Chloe.
Okay. Chloe, your main characters,
Yes.
does she have any characteristics of you? Do you put yourself or any part of yourself in Chloe? Or another question would be, what is the motivation for Chloe?
When I was writing it, I really felt like it was complete fiction. But the more I've been asked that question, the more that I have had to talk about Chloe, the more I realize that a lot of it is me. I've I've been in church and felt like, is this it? Like something is missing. Like I'm not. There's something else. Like it should be something else. And so I know about that searching for something that's missing. And so yeah, it definitely I am definitely in each one of these stories. It's some subtle pieces, like she has one sister, I have one sister. Just some things are like me. The storylines don't mirror my life really, but yeah, I definitely have had my share of storms. And I've had some great joyful times as well. And I have learned to just be at peace and have joy even when situations aren't so joyful because I know who God is.
That that part. That
Yes.
part. And the crazy thing about it is hearing you speak right now is actually speaking to me. Um, I just lost my cousin, and he was just a year and 5 days older than me. That was like my brother on my dad's side, and he has been sick since April.
Hmm.
But I always remember him saying, "I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight." And when he passed away on this past Wednesday, it left me hurt. It
Yeah.
left me broken. I was mad, but I wasn't mad. I was mad at him, and I was mad at God. And I can
Mm.
remember God telling me, "So you want my child to suffer? What is wrong with you?" And I said, "Oh, okay, God, I'm gonna need you not to talk to me like that. I know we cool and everything, but that's how it was. God, this when I talk to God, you guys, I talk to God like He's my friend because He is my friend. So I'm not.
Right.
Everybody thinks it's weird. Even when I prayed one time in front of church, y'all. I said, "Hey God, what's up?" The pastor looked at me like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Look," he said, "Come to." I said, "He said, come to me as I am, so I'm coming to Him as I am. I'm not gonna put on the front." God looked at me like, "Girl, you don't even know what that word means." You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
you explaining this and me seeing this in your book is really speaking to me like He's in complete joy. He is
Yeah.
now whole. So
Yes.
don't get mad at me because I took my child out of their misery. And don't you be mad at him because he was ready to go. I
Yeah.
know he promised you one thing, but my word is final.
Amen to that.
Okay, God,
Yeah.
I see you. I see you. I see you. Okay, I see you. What would you like your readers to take away from these 3 books?
I would like for them to take away that we all have different seasons in our lives, right? Sometimes we're going to be searching for things. Sometimes we're going to be suffering through storms. And sometimes we're going to be embracing joy. And so it's a process. You're never in the same season all the time. They have to rotate, and so just know that another season is on the way, and be encouraged that God is in all of the seasons. Everywhere you are, He's there too.
Thank you. Thank you. Like like on the realness, I needed that. I needed that.
You're welcome.
I can't.
God
I don't even know what to
is
say. Cause it's like,
look, God is amazing, just like that, right? That's what He does.
it's literally like he's like, you hear me? Literally,
Huh?
he's telling me, you hear me. On a mouth of two or three witnesses shall my word be established. It's like, I hear you. I hear you now. I got a God, you already know I got a hard head. I mean, you made me. So remember backstage I told you about those fun questions?
Yes, I remember.
Uh-huh.
Hoping you have forgotten, but yes.
No, 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 no. Back to the hot seat you go.
All righty.
Here on SC Book Gals and Friends, I love music and I love movies. Those are two things that I think God had placed on this earth for me to relax and unwind. So, Lifetime called. Okay. They said, you know what? We love these books. We want to make them into movies. So, Chloe's Missing Piece. Who do you feel shall play Chloe? But, but, they have to be a female gospel artist. Who
Mm,
would you give that honor to?
wow. A female gospel artist. Um,
Female gospel artist.
I think that I would have to go with um Jacqueline Carr because she's probably like art um the youngest gospel artist that I know. I mean, she can't be any more than about 21, I guess, at this point, if that, which is the perfect age for Chloe, right
Okay.
out of college.
So let's say we don't have to worry about her. Let's say we can de-age a
Okay.
gospel artist. Who would it be then?
Okay, so we were going to de-age one. I think I would probably use CC Winans.
Ooh, why Cece? I was actually thinking, um, oh, and I just look at the movie. It's my little Twinkie.
Mm. Yeah, that would be good too. She would be good too. I don't know. I just have a soft spot for CC Winans. I don't know. I think a few years ago, I went to a play that she and her brother did, uh,
Hmm?
and it was so amazing to me. Just to see a little bit of their life story. And so, yeah, she would be the one.
Okay, so we have Cece Winans playing Chloe, the young Cece.
Hmm.
Now, Chloe's season of storms. She has found God. God is in her life, so she's in the church. What pastor will you give the honor of playing her pastor in the movie?
Hmm. These are some really tough questions. Um, my goodness. Hmm. So I mean, maybe this would have to be someone that no one is really all that familiar with because
That is absolutely fine.
okay, well then if that's the case, then it would have to be Pastor Darius Daniels out of Atlanta, Georgia,
All right. And why would you have chose him?
because I love his ministry. It teaches the principles of God. You know, very he teaches it very, very well. He makes it very clear and he makes it so understandable that anybody can follow him and understand the real principles of God, not just the I go to church on Sunday. And so that's what I get out of his ministry, and that is what I want people to get out of my books too. Church is so much bigger. Well, let me say Christianity is so much bigger than just going to church on Sunday.
You sound like my son. My son, he will not, when he goes to church, he said, I know church is more than just a religion. He said, when I feel that quickness, mama, and I know, and this a 23-year-old African American boy. I'm sorry, man. In
Okay.
my eyes, he will always be my boy. So I understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
So, in our last book, Chloe finds joy. So,
Hmm.
you know, all movies have to have a theme song. What would be the theme song of Chloe finding her joy?
Um, William Murphy sings a song called "Something Good Is Gonna Happen," and I love that song because it always
Never heard it
it
before.
just makes you feel like you're in a good place, you know, because you're something that good is going to happen. And that's, you know, a lot of times people, when they think about being joyful, it is surrounded by good things, right? And so it doesn't necessarily, again, it doesn't mean that you're happy, you know, it's a state of being. So what that means is that you look around and you find things to be joyful about. You know, you actually look for those things and choose joy over anything else. And so that song, Something Good's Gonna Happen, just puts me right there.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So, we have all your books on the screen.
Yes.
Please tell us where we can follow you, where we can grab your books, anything that you have coming up soon. Just give us the rundown.
Absolutely. So, of course, I am on Facebook and Instagram and also on TikTok. All is Wanda Rawlings. And so you can definitely connect with me through my social media handles. Also, I have a website that's on the screen, rolling on the screen. You can connect with me through my website because I don't just obviously I don't just sell books. I love to teach. I'm a Bible study teacher. I have a class that I teach every Tuesday, virtual on at 7 p.m. I teach a Bible study class, my own ladies Bible study class. And I have just recently started doing a vendor market to make sure I have some place to sell my books every month. It's called First Saturday Vendor Market. It's in Burlington, North Carolina. And yeah, I do that once a month. And so you can find me there the first Saturday of every month. And right now, I think that's about all that's happening. So that's where I am. That's where you can find me.
Well, Ms. Wanda, we thank you for being with us tonight. And really, I personally thank you for speaking into my spirit. Like right now, I feel a little better.
Amen.
I
I'm
really
happy to
do.
hear
Because early today, boy, Jesus was standing right here like, please, Father. I'm like, hey, Jesus, she about to get it. But I now feel like I'm not going to say I won't cry any more tears, any you guys, but I will say that there's now becoming a peace in my spirit that I can say I forgive myself for not for feeling the way that I did.
that.
So
Amen.
I personally thank you for that. And of course, Etsy Book Out and friends and all of our viewers, we thank you for presenting your books of the Chloe series. You guys, if you look at the bottom of the screen, the books can be found on Amazon, they can be found in Barnes and Noble, and even on her website,
Yes.
www.wandaRollinsAuthor.com. So thank you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Patrice. I certainly have had a great time, and I appreciate this opportunity. And I just want to spread God's love wherever I can. And so, yeah, I want to teach. I want to speak about Him. I just want to be in His will, doing whatever it is that He has for me to do next.
There you go. That make you do what it do. There you go.
That's it.
Well, you guys, I want to thank you for joining me. You know, I always love to interview authors. Come on up and enjoy and get interviewed by me, and let your work speak for it. Again, we thank author Wanda Rawlings for being with us tonight. Our spirits, letting us know about the Chloe series. Y'all go grab three. Yes, all three, because you need to see what happened to her from beginning to the end. Remember, you always got to find the end, but let's find out that beginning that got us to this end, okay? Now, I'm going to catch y'all on another night with another author. But always remember, you guys, there's no such thing in an old book because not everybody has read every book. Good night, you guys. Bye.